Nicholas back again, more with the day one of OzokuCon, and I'm ending the day with a bang with a certified legend who voiced one of the beloved characters, two of the most beloved characters in Dragon Ball, the voice of Goku and Gohan. I'm with
Stephanie Nadolny, OG voice actor and vocalist.
How's it going this weekend?
It's going great. We're knocking out this first day, and it's Labor Day weekend, so it's a great time to come out with your friends and family, and we're meeting a lot of people, signing a few things, photo ops. They got it all.
Yes, they do. And if you needed another reason to come to OzokuCon, this is it right here. Get your favorite Dragon Ball character, voice actor, and the prices aren't bad for what she has for you, too.
Yes, we got posters, prints, Funko Pop toys. I have a few select metal prints left. We also do videos and audio recordings.
Yes, she does. She has an abundance of things. She's very nice. Come meet her. And you had the honor to voice Kid Goku and Gohan. Out of both of those two, because you got to see both of them in your lens, who had the hardest childhood?
I would say Gohan. He definitely had like a struggle because his dad was out, saving the world, and he was struggling between, his mom wanting to go to school and him wanting to be a big hero, but at the same time, he didn't really want to fight. But whenever his friends got hurt, there was a whole backstory with that loyalty. So Gohan was definitely the more difficult to voice, being that, especially with the Cell Saga, he's like, let's do this, and for a woman with a high kind of voice at the time anyway, to scream and yell in that long, probably low voice, there was a lot of pain involved there, but it was worth it for the fans. Goku's more high pitched. Yeah, he's up here. He's like, time for training. It's a little bit easier to voice him, and a little more fun because he's definitely more innocent and funny. He can get away with saying a bunch of things that you're really not supposed to say.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. I'm glad you mentioned that because Goku, his journey was, even though he has some dark moments, it wasn't as dark and brutal as Gohan's.
Right, yeah. And there was just that struggle there, where he probably was going to kind of be kind of up and coming. And then it was like, well, Chi-Chi wanted him to go to school. So then things take a little bit different. Then the superhero movie comes out and Gohan Beast comes back. And that's Kyle Bear, my friend who does the voice of adult Gohan.
Man, that is incredible. And you brought up the Cell Saga, one of the best arcs in Dragon Ball. You really shined in that. How difficult was it to do those screaming and then not straining your voice?
Oh, there was straining involved. Yeah. But I come from a history of musical theater and singing in show bands. So I was already touring with a show band and singing all the time in between recording. So I was utilizing my voice. I knew how to take care of it. Lots of rest, lots of water, stay hydrated, and I knew how to warm up and all of that. So I thankfully had the endurance to be able to handle it. And every once in a while, we would just skip a day in between sessions that were particularly difficult, try to save the screams and the yells and the Kamehameha wave blasts for the very end of the session.
Yes, I've heard those Kamehameha blasts are very difficult.
Oh, yeah, especially when they're really long.
Yeah.
So you're having to produce the sound for like a long period of time and in a very uncomfortable range and register for a female.
Yeah.
It was challenging. It's challenging.
Your talent is impeccable. What was your favorite moment? I know this is probably difficult, but what was your favorite moment just from Goku and Gohan?
Probably the Cell Saga when there's the father-son Kamehameha wave. Gohan, that was real emotion for me because my mom had passed away right before I was even working in anime, or like right as I was getting my start in anime in 1999. So that particular scene was like kind of like my mom telling me, you could do this, you'll be strong, so it had the same message as like Goku to Gohan. But I had a lot of fun voicing Goku, being that he's so innocent and so just fearless, and he just blurts out whatever he wants. He is not the smartest guy, but he's super strong, but he doesn't have a mean bone in his body either. So there was a lot of comedy and slapstick with Dragon Ball, and with Dragon Ball Diamond being the most recent. There's a lot of those little nuggets in there for the Dragon Ball fans who started watching it years ago.
That was a crazy backstory, and my condolences on your loss. I know the feeling. Yes, I've also experienced that loss myself, and you had to reprise that role of Goku. What was it like just getting back into the driver's seat?
Oh, it was great. It was like riding a bike. It's like, because I'd already been doing the voice for so long, and then there was that 16-year break between GT and Daima. But to be invited back by the fans and Toei Japan, it was such an honor. And, just to get back in there and really, really do the work in the booth is just such a creative process involved. And to be involved in that, and just it was just being in the moment is just the greatest thing.
And how much of your own personal personality goes into your characters?
Well, it's quite a bit of it now. Now that I've been voicing him for so long, it's kind of like the Kid Goku's like part of me now, and I guess that means that part of me is kind of in the Goku voice. So it kind of goes both ways, I guess. It's kind of live vicariously through Goku because I'm a girl, can't be a little boy, but in the voice through the voice, it's been kind of like this little connection that we've made. So.
Yes, and there's been a big connection for all the fans for DBZ because we all grew up with Goku. Some love him, some hate him. There's little narratives out there like him being a bad father. Do you agree with that or disagree?
That's funny you say that. This is probably gonna blow y'all's mind, but I've never seen the show. When we record line to line, and we're like set up for the scene, and we kind of have an idea of what's going on. But actually sitting down and watching the show, I've never done that. So I don't know whether to have an opinion on that or not. I've seen parts. I've seen mostly Dragonball Diamond because it's the new one. So I did watch that episode, every week when it came out on Crunchyroll. But now I'm starting to watch Dragon Ball from the beginning. But from what I can tell, some people think that Piccolo was more of a father to Gohan, being that he's the one that trained him and really tried to push him for that resilience. Dropping him in the woods, making him, fend for himself. And then Goku, but Goku was also out trying to be a warrior and save the world. And so I think people just have different opinions about it,
And you have to respect the honesty because a lot of people wouldn't have admitted that. And you can't say nothing. She was honest about it. It is what it is. You have a whole bunch of fans who love your characters. What has been the fan favorite quote?
Oh, doing the quotes for like the Funko Pop toys has been really fun. Like seeing what they come up with. Some of them like have me choose what I want to write on the Funko Pop. That's what these are here. Writing a quote from the scene here before you sign it. I think the most popular one for Gohan has been, "I'm my father's son." And Goku's probably anything from "Power Pole Extend" to "Why do women have butts on their chests?"
That one right there was definitely a classic one. And it's crazy how you just go right into it. And if anybody wants to meet you in person, are there any shows that you can talk about that you're going to be at?
My website will be the best place for that. That's StephanieNadolny.com, and week by week we go by and stop through and update the website where we're going to be. I know got Oregon coming up next weekend, Rose City. I've got Minnesota coming up. If any of you guys up here in Michigan want to drive over to Anime Wonder, it's going to be September 19th or 20th and 21st. I'll be there with some of the other Daima castmates. Pretty excited about that. And then the website will tell you further where I'm going to be. I've got some spots in Tennessee I'll be at where I've been officially announced. And South Texas is coming up. I always do really well down there. There's a lot of Spanish-speaking people that watch the show in Spanish and English. So the bilingual Spanish and English actors sometimes do signings down there in South Texas. So I'll be looking forward to that as well.
You guys heard all that. And for the young kids who want to follow you on social media, where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram. It's just my name, Stephanie Nadolny. I do have a TikTok page, Steph Nadolny, not on there as much as I'd like to be. I do have an X account, StephVox, and then everything else can be found on my website.
You guys heard all that. I'm JG Collects, live from OzokuCon Day 1. Come down, meet Stephanie, get an autograph, and like that, we're out.